I just did a video on my Tesla 3 having so many rock chips on its hood that I just decided to cover the whole thing up. So this is a beginner's attempt to try to vinyl wrap their hood and maybe convince you to do the same. Everything's chaptered out. Okay, so I've got a little bit of an intro. I do a time lapse of the install. Halfway through, I stop and show you some of the challenges that I had. Time lapse continues at the end. Review some things, other challenges, okay? Vinyl is self-healing, all right? I show a demo on that. There was a little slit in the vinyl and it healed. It's magically healed. I then give you some beginner tips. Being patient, bubbles, how to handle bubbles, vinyl pre-inspection. Finally, at the end, take a look at the whole car. I've got some video walk around and some pretty cool pictures, all right? Check it out. All right, guys, so I'm gonna try something out today. I've had this vinyl wrap for a long time. I once had a dream. I had a dream that I was gonna vinyl wrap, like carbon fiber my hood, all right? I saw a really cool, I think it was a McLaren, black and white, blacked out hood. I couldn't tell from the distance whether it was carbon fiber or not, so I thought, my God, that looks so cool. I got a black and white thing going on here. Let me get some carbon fiber wrap and wrap my hood. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. That was like, oh my God, it was over a year ago. Instead, I'm like, oh, let me vinyl wrap my mirrors first. You can see those videos. And I realized, man, I really don't have vinyl wrapping skills, but I ordered some vinyl wrap anyway. Tucked it away, like I said, a year or two ago, right? Finally, I pull it out of the box, and I either ordered the wrong thing or they sent me the wrong thing, but what I have here today, Vvivid Plus Matte Metallic Black. Let's check this out. This package has been moved around a lot in the last year or two, so much so that actually some of the vinyl is already damaged. I really hope I don't need that spot. Anyway, this is what it looks like. If you can see it, it's pretty cool. It's not what I ordered. Either way, this should turn out pretty cool. And it had been so long, I thought, oh, well, why return it? Let's try it out. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You vinyl wrap your hood, doesn't turn out the way you want it, you don't like it, you pull it off, okay? And this Tesla hood is not that hard to do, okay? I've got it prepped right now, washed it. I've got a clay bar thing here. I recommend this. This is it's like a synthetic clay bar, okay, from Mother's. Works really well. So I've got it wiped down. I've got it washed. I've got it wiped down with alcohol. I'm gonna do it again just to be sure. And what you're going to see is one of the worst combinations you could possibly have, all right? Complete amateur vinyl wrapper. Good quality wrap, I think. I think this is good quality wrap. But I have little time, okay? I've got to get this done in maybe I think I have maybe an hour, all right? That is not enough time. I don't work that quick to begin with, and I want this to turn out well, so I don't know. So this is a bad combination, all right? But you guys are going to get to see how it turns out. So anyway, witness this. this is pretty exciting. I'm kind of halfway done with just kind of laying the hood down here, and this is looking like really cool. It's pretty worried. You could see me kind of struggling. I mean, I did time lapse because, let's face it, nobody wants to watch me in real time do this. But, you know, as you can see, I'm trying to lay glass, and, you know, this is what happens to me. So you can see here, you know, yeah, this is like showcasing my skills. I'm laying crap. I'm laying waves down here. I'm laying waves and crinkles. All right, that's not exactly glass, but I recovered. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm gonna keep going. Check this out. Oh man. All right, I'm pretty excited. There's some I don't know, some little shiny spots on it. I guess I've got to wipe it off. I've got to clean it. It came out like really nice. Okay, I think I did a good enough job on it where it should be fine, but I don't really know. Again, who knows what I'm really doing here. Worst part on this car, these corners are bad. When you open the hood, the corner dips down in there, so you can't get at it, even from the other side. So I really hope it's as long as it sticks like this on the outside, I'm okay. I'm happy with it. Oh, something I wanted to show here. So this is not something I did. I think this will show up. There's a slit here. When I opened up the film all the way, this was on the inside of the roll, there's like a slice. All right, and what I want to try to do now is see if we can heat that up, and see how much of a self-healing property this thing really has. Okay, let's try this out. It's definitely less pronounced. Wow, it did kind of heal. I'm afraid to heat this up after doing all this work. I don't want to like put a big burn hole in the middle of my vinyl, but wow. Yeah, it looks way better already. Oh man, okay. This looks cool. This looks cool. When I get it into daylight and clean it up, I'll show you even more. Let me pop the hood and show you. Edges turned out pretty well. I don't know if I really did them the way that a professional would do them. You know, down here, this doesn't look so great. And, you know, you could look at this and say, well, who cares? It's just the underside, as long as it sticks. Which I think it will. You know, I think. But, you know, look down in those corners. If you can see, these corners are like impossible. It is not easy to do those corners at all. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, that's the underside. Top side, and wow, that's a whole new car. Now I'm gonna give you a few super amateur tips. All right, nothing crazy, but some tips on what I haven't heard, and I've watched a number of videos, but some of these tips I haven't heard. First off, when you get your vinyl, I don't know, it needs to be pulled out and inspected. Can you see this here, this line? Now I haven't tried real hard to like wipe that off, but I tried a little bit to wipe that off. I have no idea what that is. It's like there's something just rubbed the finish, but I mean, the video shows everything I did. I mean, it was just sitting in a roll, and I unrolled it and pretty much laid it down. I didn't even put any heat on a lot of this stuff, just really around the edges. Might be a good idea to unroll the vinyl and make sure everything looks good, because you spend a lot of time putting this stuff on, and then you find out something's flawed. You're not going to be happy. Another tip, and I should have brought the camera closer when I was laying the vinyl down, but you know, you're going to end up with bubbles all over. I ended up with a lot of them. I showed it in the video, but you got to be really patient. You got to run the squeegee thing just really slow, and you get on a bubble. And also, another tip: don't put yourself on a time limit. Okay, I mean, I knew that was going to be a big mistake, but start off with enough time so you can be patient when you're doing this, so you don't get too frustrated and you're not trying to rush it. Anyway, back to the bubble. You get a bubble, just go super slow. Let's make a bubble here. So, you know, that's a pretty big bubble. But if you just move it slowly, you'll see the air just kind of starts channeling its way out. But you gotta go slow. And I'm not pushing hard either. I'm just kind of, you know, just barely touching this. I realized that right away, like I didn't need to push hard, I didn't need to rush it, just kind of go slow. You see a lot of times the installers are just kind of pushing those bubbles down, and the air just goes away. So just kind of be patient. Otherwise, I'm afraid to honestly give too many tips because I shouldn't be giving tips. I'm too much of an amateur on this. But that was the one big thing that I learned. So yeah, this thing is really cool. I've got some more ideas of things to do with wraps. Just kind of play around, but the hood is so easy. It's so easy to do this hood. Just do it. Just buy some funky color wrap and wrap your hood, because why not? It looks cool. It's a really cool change, I think. Look at this thing. I mean, that is like a whole new look. I mean, this thing really, really changes this car up.